It's not that the World War II production got this country out of the Depression. Didn't. In fact, I think you could praise some argument that, in fact, in many ways, it prolonged the Depression. Certainly in terms of a deprivation of a consumer economy, which had, you know, fewer shoes, fewer consumer goods, washing machines, tractors, and so on here. In fact, if you look at the numbers, even from a production standpoint, this is very interesting. You look at the production standpoint, the rate of increase that we're talking about, the industrial miracle, right, of World War II that gets underway here. If you compare it to the rate of increase in industrial production in the 20s, it's about half. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, that's about half. 20s was much more productive in that sense, and the increase that goes with it over the course of the decade, compared to it. And if you look at it in terms of numbers, of wealth, real wealth, assets, they changed not almost hardly from 1940 to 1945. What you really see, however, is that what World War II production didn't end the Depression, but it brought business back. It geared up business for making things and for engaging in and expanding plant facilities and training a workforce and reopening warehouses in order to stock inventory here and to create all this sort of machinery which could then be turned loose after the war when private investment comes back. All that pent-up demand, all the business savings that had built up during the war years, because there's nothing to spend it on. There's nothing to spend it on. And so people now come back into the consumer demands. And this is exactly what happens with these companies. They go from making washing machines to machine guns, refrigerators, and they go back to making refrigerators again. But they do it in a much leaner factory, which streamlined production lines, and they know now how to adjust and shift and retool in the midst of this kind of production. It's a tremendous, tremendous boost, unleashing that potential for business. Then comes the private capital investment, and now you've got a base from which a real consumer economy can grow, expand from that point on.